Today we're going to need our pitchfork, work boots, flannel shirt, and work gloves as we're going to go over the top 5 acreage locations near the Cedar Rapids, Iowa area. By the time you are done with this video, you're going to know exactly which area fits your family best. We're going to go over the locations, why each area is prime for future acreage owners, what the prices to get an acreage are, some of the recent sold data, and where the current inventory is as well. And at the end, we won't be touring this home, but I'm going to show you some photos of one of the nicest acreages that is currently on the market that a colleague of mine, JJ Johannes, currently has listed. You're going to see what all you can get for under $500,000 with nearly 8 acres of land and 2 large outbuildings as well. If you love acreages like we do, make sure to like this video. And if you need an agent who is going to know the process and have your back, make sure to reach out to us to the number on your screen. Let's start with number 5 on our list, and we will start by going east of the city of Cedar Rapids in the Martell, Springville, and Anamosa area. As you can see on the map, there is one highway that you will use if you decide on this area, and that is Highway 151 that will lead you all the way to Marion and Cedar Rapids. One special place to note is what is called Grant Wood area, who is a famous painter that is from this area and has the painting American Gothic. This area is near the small little drive-through town of Stone City, Iowa, that is only a few miles west out of the town of Anamosa. This area has probably the largest rolling hills of any of the 5 locations we will be covering, and it's absolutely gorgeous no matter what time of year it is. You have tons of deer, squirrel, coyotes, raccoons, rabbits, cardinals, and other wildlife out here in the area, as it is one of the more heavily wooded areas than some of the other areas on this list. The current active inventory has 8 acreages for sale out here, and these acreages have 1 acre of land or more, ranging from $85,000 all the way up to $2.65 million. The pending inventory in this area ranges from $419,500 to $975,000. This means that there is over double the inventory compared to pending listings. It's good for buyers as 1, there is inventory for selection, and 2, it may be a good time to negotiate due to more supply than current demand. In the last year, there have been 27 acreages sold. The median sale price, which would be the highest amount of sales in the area, is between $350,000 to $500,000 mark. Although there are outliers, most likely. If you are interested in the area, you'll need to start out around that $350,000 mark. If you have watched our channel enough, you probably have heard me tell you I'm originally from Anamosa, Iowa, and was born in the hospital just north of the prison. I worked at this prison for over 10 years before getting my real estate license just over 4 years ago. This is an area I know like the back of my hand, as I spent over 20 years living just outside on an acreage of Anamosa. With this YouTube channel, we have really become experts not only in acreages, but all the real estate within driving distance of Cedar Rapids, and we know all the hidden gems of these areas. So if you are looking for a home in this area, make sure to give us a call, as we know this area as good as anyone. Give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email from the information on your screen right now, and have your own local expert and real estate agent in your corner. Now we are going to go to number 4 on our list, but I did want to let you know that it was incredibly hard to make this list, as honestly each area is absolutely ridiculously amazing. None of these areas are necessarily better than each other, as some have advantages and disadvantages, but they all are downright amazing and locations anyone would be lucky to call home. With that being said, let's get to number 4 on our list and head west of Cedar Rapids in the Atkins, Norway, or better known as the Benton County School District area. This area covers a large area and is full of acreages in small towns. Some of the towns we are going to include in this area are Norway, Van Horn, Atkins, Newhall, and Blairstown. As you can see on the map, it is not that heavily wooded when you compare it to the last area. This is the main difference, but there are lots of great flatter ground acreages to call home. The main highway you will use to go into the city of Cedar Rapids is Highway 30. That is very convenient. All you have to do is jump on the highway and you are within minutes of Southwest Cedar Rapids that has great shopping. My sister and her family currently live on an acreage in this area, and they love it out here, and so do their their 3 children. Now, what does the real estate look like out here? We will again start with the active inventory, and there are only 2 homes with over an acre currently for sale in this area. One is listed at $399,900 and the other is listed at $549,900. Current pendings, there are 3 with these acreages ranging from $367,500 to $499,000. This ratio of listed to pendings show that there is less inventory than pendings, even though it is minimal. This means there could be stiff competition currently if a nice acreage were to hit the market, as there isn't much competition currently for an acreage in Benton County school area. Last, let's go over sold data, where there have been 17 acreages sold in this location in the last year, with the median sale price out here is around that $260,000 mark, all the way up to $500,000. There can be outliers either way depending on quality or lack of quality, but this is a sweet spot out here. This means there is a good mixture of very affordable acreages all the way up to higher end with smaller acreages and larger acreages, with one even having 40 acres to go along with a home and outbuildings that sold this year. Next up, we're going to go north of Marion, as this area seems to be becoming the most sought after area that we get for reach outs. North of Marion, as we see on the map, has this road running east and west, and that is County Home Road. In this area, we're going to include Central City, Alburnett, Walker, Troy Mills, and Coggin. A great thing about this area is the Wapsie-Pinnakin River. It has a great mixture of timbered land with acreages and also more flat and wide open acreages as well. Another great thing about this area is its convenience, as Marion has incredible shopping, hence why so many people are reaching out about it. Highway 13 right here on the east end of Marion is going to be a highway you use, especially if you end up in the Central City or Coggin area. We just helped a family buy not quite an acreage, but it did have a half an acre in Coggin. Shout out to Randall, Donna, and their 2 daughters. Let's talk about the real estate or acreages out here. We will start with active inventory, where there are currently 5 active acreage listings. They range in price from $397,000 to $600,000. Now, pendings in this area, there is currently 1. This means just like the first area, there are much more options available than homes that are selling right now. This means a great deal could potentially be had on the current inventory or any future acreage listings in the area. Now, last is sold data that we need to go over. With 14 acreages being sold in the last year in this area, the median sale price for an acreage in this area anywhere from $300,000 to $450,000, with outliers both above this median price and below it as well. One acreage out here had 36 acres to go along with the home. Now, there are certain inspections, tests, and things to look out for with these areas, and we help people with this all the time, whether it is a time of transfer on the septic system, to a well test, to making sure all the parcel numbers are on the purchase agreement, which could be a very costly mistake. And if you want our experience and expertise, all you got to do is give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and we will make sure you are covered on all fronts. Now we are going to go over the number 2 area on our list, and if you have watched some of our past videos, at one point this was my favorite area, but it is being rivaled right now, and I am going to put it number 2 on the list, but we still may end up here, but it is up for grabs with really any of these areas, but we still absolutely love it out here. And this is the Shueyville area, which we'll also include Ely, Fairfax, and Swisher as well. This area does have a few things that may set it apart from the rest, and for that, let's look on the map. As you can see here, especially Shueyville and Swisher, you have the best location if you want the amenities of both Cedar Rapids and Iowa City, as it can't be positioned better to benefit from both cities. You may be like, but does Iowa City have anything that Cedar Rapids doesn't? And the answer is yes. It has Trader Joe's, Costco, and the University of Iowa clinics and hospitals that Cedar Rapids does not have. This means you have all that Cedar Rapids and Iowa City has to offer if you choose to live out here. Also, it has some of the nicest wooded area with some of the wide open areas in Fairfax, Swisher, and Ely areas as well. Also, Coralville Reservoir is really close, as well as Lake McBride. Now that you know where it is, let's talk about the real estate. Current inventory out here for acreages has 8 acreages for sale. They range from $435,000 to $1.2 million. Pendings out here, there are currently 5 total right now. This is pretty even right now, but there is a nice amount of actives to choose from. One downfall, if you call it a downfall, is that it's going to be much pricier than the other areas due to its location. In general, south of Cedar Rapids all the way to Iowa City, real estate goes for a lot more. more. A lot of this has to do with the University of Iowa Hospital and Clinics that is a huge employer in Iowa City while paying nice salaries to its employees, and this bumps up the price of the area and the real estate. Last, let's go over sold data. In the last year, there have been 30 acreages sold in this area. The median price for these acreages out here are anywhere from around that $450,000 mark to $650,000. You again will find acreages that sell in this area with nearly 40 acres, just like the other areas. All right, guys, the moment you've all been waiting for is here. Our new number one. But again, we may change our mind again, so don't hold us to it, as honestly, all these areas have a place in our heart. This area covers Palo, Shellsburg, Center Point, Urbana, and Vinton areas. This area has amazing wooded area while also giving you wide open spaces. In Vinton and Palo, you have the Cedar River going through it, and it is downright gorgeous. Now let's take a look on the map of where they are, and I will tell you about a few roads you may need to get acquainted with. First is the easy part, and that is Interstate 380 that Center Point and Urbana are just off of. In Center Point, you also have Center Point Road that has incredible acreages throughout, but is an easy road going north and south that will take you all the way into northeast Cedar Rapids with amazing shopping. On the west side of the Interstate 380, you will have paved roads like 55th Street here and 32nd Avenue that goes north and south into either Shellsburg or Urbana. In Vinton, you have Highway 218 that will take you all the way south to Highway 30 that goes into Atkins and Benton County School area. Last road to talk about is Blair's Ferry Road in Palo, as you may use this road in Shellsburg or Vinton to go all the way to Cedar Rapids. All in all, it is such an amazing area that has so much to offer from fishing lovers, hunting lovers, homesteaders, and maybe just someone who wants a smaller town feeling while being in a reasonable drive to Cedar Rapids. Now, let's talk about real estate and acreages, more specifically out here. Currently, there are 12 acreages for sale, ranging from $92,500 to $599,000. Next is pendings, where there are currently 3 pending homes. This shows that, again, buyers have lots of room for negotiation and have a selection to find the right acreage. Last is sold data, where there have been 30 acreages sold in the last year out here. The median sale price for one of these acreages are going from around that $375,000 to just over $500,000. Again, there are outliers in each price point, but this is the sweet spot out in this area. Now we have an acreage to show you the photos of, so go ahead, sit back, relax, and make sure to hit that like button as it shows us you like the video. And at the end, if you want to see a home we did a tour on in the number 2 area of Shueyville on the list, we covered that at length. Watch that video after this tour. We will link it at the end.